Okay, good morning, welcome back to Upload TV, and thanks for joining the Average Golfer for some more club testing. And I'm going to really finish off the Titleist range of these 718 irons this morning. I've pretty much done everything from AP 1s, 2, 3 into the TMBs, and then I've also done the MB as well. But there's one club that's missing, and it's the CB. So 718 CB, forged club head, cavity back as the CB suggests. It's very much a, I don't know, what would you call it again? I'm trying to not categorise clubs anymore, but it's what you'd term the player's iron. It's smaller, compact head, very much classic in its looks. There's no bells and whistles on this thing. It's a very straightforward club. Like I said, forged head, so expecting plenty of great feel. Titleist themselves say they've changed the sort of the leading edge on the club this year for better turf interaction. Interesting one there. And again, it's all about shot making and playability. Being able to, they're talking about a lower trajectory on this, even though that in terms of the 7 iron that I'm sitting with right now goes back to the traditional lofts of 35 degrees. We'll see how that performs in terms of its launch angle and trajectory when I get out there and start hitting some balls. And I think that's it really, no more to be said. It's not too bad of a day this morning for the UK weather in end of November. So as ever, move camera, get in some golf balls and see how this thing performs. Just before I hit this, the final ball, I just want to say that first of all, for a Monday morning, this is just some pretty good ball striking. I know that's I can't give the club all that credit. I swung it quite well this morning, which was a surprise first thing on a Monday morning. But the club is surprisingly forgiving. It's surprisingly powerful as well. The distances that I'm looking in terms of the carry are all sort of averaging over 160 yards for a 7 iron with a loft of 35 degrees. So I'm a little bit surprised at that. Feel is superb. It's a very, very soft feel. It's a type of club that I could see sitting really well if you're looking at combo sets with maybe going into 8-9 pitching wedge into the MB, if that's the kind of style of club you like, and people will know it's certainly one that I do. The looks are understated. I must admit, I wasn't drawn to it on the shelf, to be quite honest with you. Not that I like anything sort of too flashy, but for whatever reason, it didn't catch my eye. However, sat behind the ball and watching the ball fly out there, it's certainly a real nice performing club. So, top line on this one, just by the way, it's plenty. It's not too thin. So for me, there's plenty of confidence there. I like as well the way, and a lot of club manufacturers do it, there's a big difference between the high chrome on either heel and toe, and obviously where the strike area is this matte satin finish, which really seems to frame the ball very well at address. So I've got to admit, like I said, I'll hit one more, but surprised is probably the biggest thing I would take from it. And in a good way. Once again, there's nothing wrong with that ball. These have been bang on the line as far as I'm concerned. I'll have a look at the data in a minute or two. So again, that's like a 168 carry, 5.6, 5.7 spin, which is a high spin number for me. I think that's it. Let's finish it in golf balls, move over there, have a look at the numbers in a little bit more detail, not too much detail, and do a bit of an assessment of this club. Okay, so that's balls hit, and an opinion formed very, very quickly, and probably one of the easiest tests I've ever had to do, and it'll probably be one of the quickest assessments as well or evaluations at the end of it all. I think from seeing the balls that I've just hit there, give you a little bit of opinion on sort of feedback whilst I was hitting the balls, you'll gather where this is going. But let's throw these numbers up and I'll reach for my phone as we go through them. Let's get the first thing, the word that I would, and it's within Titleist's own website there, the word they use is consistency. And I think if you take a glance through all those numbers without me being specific to any one particular part of this, it is exactly that. It is very, very consistent. As I said, I struck the ball very well indeed. First thing in the morning, and like I said, maybe there was a slight variation in swing speeds, but overall, let's look at this first of all. Spin number averaged out at 5.3, lowest being just over 5,000, highest being almost 5.7. Once again, put that into perspective of the person who's hitting the golf club. I don't produce great spin numbers, and 350 almost with 7-iron is a very, very good spin number. Once again, descent angle, maximum height, everything in there is very, very consistent. Then you go to the carry distances. It varied between 160 and, well, 169 was a slightly turned over shot there, is shot number 3. Arguably you'd want it dispersion just a little bit tighter than that, but I would suggest, like I said, that's more down to the strike from the individual rather than the performance of the club. And I think I'd struggle to criticise this club in any way, shape or form, to be quite honest with you. I'd say the looks were probably not the most eye-catching. That's the criticism I would make, but in terms of everything else, I would say it ticks every box. Very much got a lot more forgiveness in there than I was expecting, but then a lot of clubs have these days, and like I said, even the MB for me was more forgiving than I would have thought. Superb feel, forged head, absolutely superb. Not the smallest and most compact, so once again, just giving that extra bit of confidence. And the surprising thing was like I said, with a very much a traditional loft of 35 degrees, to be getting that ball out at 160 odd carry is really, really spot on for me. And I think that performs, again, exceeded what I was expecting. Excellent club, I can't say no more. I think, like I said, all I'll end up doing is waffling on and starting to get very, very boring indeed. Spot on club, as ever. This is the opinion of just one average golfer. The important thing is, watch a few more reviews on YouTube, watch the likes of the pros that hit these things, see what they say, and then if you're interested, most important thing than ever is for you to go out there and try them for yourself and see what you think. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. As ever, thumbs up if you did like it. Any comments or questions you've got, stick them in the box below and I'll do my very best to get back and reply. So, right, see you soon.